23rd July, 6 p.m. I am walking into my last first class for this semester, and I mean this is my last semester, so So I just finished my first class and it was so interesting. It was so fun. It's called Consumers and Consumption. It's an elective that I'm taking this semester. Yeah, it was so interesting. It was just the introductory class, so we got an overview of the subject, but we're gonna learn a lot about the whole decision making process of a consumer, how consumers make decision as an individual or as a social being, and we're gonna have a lot of theories and papers that we have to read, and then we have some projects and things like just projects and presentations, all of that. And it was very interesting. Like, even my professor spoke about what he's been doing. So when he was doing his PhD, he wrote about, there was something which was very interesting and I forgot. Yeah, so he spoke about his papers on how they're trying to change the drinking culture, and then he did some research about tiny houses, like the whole concept of tiny houses and minimalism and all that, and then branding and politics, and it was just very, very interesting. Like, these are such, I don't know, I mean, I wouldn't think of all this, but I guess he's been in this field for a long time, and it's just interesting to meet people from so many different walks of life. But yeah, I think it's gonna be like an interesting class. Oh my god. Anyways, but like, he mostly wrote about a lot of like very mundane things, but then how they're actually not as simple as they sound, and there still is an underlying decision making process or just like a behavioral process that happens. But super interesting. A lot of psychology involved, but yeah, it was really fun. And we ended the lecture, because it was the first class, we ended the lecture with like a game with everyone in class, and because it's an evening class, there are not a lot of people, so it's good interaction among students, and we just played 2 truths and 1 lie. But it was like very interesting because like you don't know anyone, and they're just making up such bizarre stories. So that was my first class. I don't know if a lot of people know, but I'm doing a master's in management marketing, and I just took a leap of faith on myself and switched from engineering in my bachelor's to this out of interest and curiosity, and I'm enjoying it. I've never loved going to my classes more. I love the class discussions, I love the projects, the assignments that we get. They're very challenging. I mean, it's not like you can't do it, but they are pretty challenging because you're just so used to the Indian way education, like Indian way degrees, like colleges assignments work. But this is nice. It's different, it's fresh, it's challenging, good learning. So yeah, that was my first class. I'll try and speak more about my classes, but I don't know, the semester gets busy and then I'm just nowhere to be found. So let's see if I'm able to keep up with this. I'm waiting at the tram stop. I'm going for my second class this week. It's digital business and marketing. It's also an elective that I take. I was confused if I should take PR or digital business. And digital business, like the course structure and content seemed more interesting to me in the period, so I took this one. Yeah, I've tried to take most of my classes in the evening so that I can work in the day because I have a retail job. The stores close by like 6-7 o'clock, so I try that I get some shifts in the morning and I can take classes. And also, I tend to attend attendance with my evening classes is so much better than morning classes, and then I don't like the classes which are in the middle of the day because I don't know, they just end up blocking my mind. Okay.
I really don't get many people from Singapore, so. Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Oh, that's an easy one to remember. Nice to meet you.
My name is Daniel, also from Hong Kong.
Nice to meet you, Daniel.
My name is Kirtana, I come from India.
You come from
India.
India? Yeah.
Is that hot?
It's what?
Very hot.
It is hot. I'm used to the hot though.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I like it. I like warm.
Yeah, that's
Better than the cold.
Hopefully. So what does Doraemon? So these are characters in the Doraemon world. Yeah, I know. Actually, the voice.
So that they are siblings, so they have to be together. And Dorayami is their favorite food.
Yeah.
They are happy we can be alive.
Oh, really?
And solar panel is.
My lecture got over and I've come upstairs to the MBS student lounge. It's usually super busy during the end weeks of the semester, but I think it's going to be dead empty because it's week 1. But this is the place where I've spent like nights. Like I said, it is so empty, not a soul to be seen. But as the week will progress, it's going to be dead full. Okay, so I'm just sitting in the student lounge, and yeah, this is where we would end up sitting for our assignments and just group discussions and just anything, you know. It's like a lounge, so you can sit here and there are like different cubicles, and yeah, it's so dead empty right now. But I have spent nights here, like till the time the security would come and kick us out till maybe 1 o'clock at night. Yeah, but I'm gonna miss this place. Alright, about my class which I just did, it was digital business and marketing. I mean, it was just a week 1 lecture, so obviously they were just giving us a brief overview covering some very basic concepts about digital marketing. But our assignment's pretty interesting. We have 2 assignments. One is to just give you an idea about the kind of assignments you can expect here. The first one is a class presentation which has to be on so you have to identify a digital campaign from any brand and sort of, you know, critically analyze it, what worked, what didn't work, sort of deconstruct it using the learnings that happen throughout the weeks and present it in the class. And that, how much was that? Maybe that was 20 or 10% of our grade. And then the final assignment, which is a group project report, is to develop a business of our own and design an entire digital campaign for that. So obviously there is a whole rubric that they give you and how they allocate marks, so you need to cover those topics, those concepts, not topics, I would say, those concepts, and then formulate like the entire report. But that's the final one, which is usually submitted around the last few weeks. So week 10, 11, maybe 12 is week 12 is always revision, and yeah, I think it'll be probably week 10 and 12, which is, I think, 40% of our grade. Yeah, 30 or 40% of our grade. The final exam is usually 50%, and the rest of the assignments are broken down into the rest of the 50%. So that's the assignment, but seemed like an interesting class. Lots of discussions. I love classes which have discussions. So yeah, like they show us a lot of examples, and professor would ask us questions about why you think this works or why it doesn't work, or yeah, we just like really break down the question into parts and try to critically analyze, evaluate it, which is fun. I mean, it puts you in that, you know, thinking mode, which I think I wasn't doing so much of that when I was studying in India. It's very bookish, like, not to speak over one, but I think I was not doing a lot of this, like this critical evaluation and analysis sort of things when I was studying in India. And with my assignments here, I really have to do it. I can't just pull things off the internet and write in my assignments. And yeah, it's really fun, I think, when they push you to, you know, have an opinion and write about that opinion. It doesn't have to be right or wrong. So that's fun. Yeah, that was about my class. I have 2 more classes tomorrow, which is advertising and communication, which is another elective, and the last one is marketing strategy, which is my capstone subject. And I'll talk to you about that tomorrow. It's raining today. I forgot all of this. Oh, that was cute. And I couldn't find a hair dryer. So I'm going to be studying management. This is going to be more building. This is just been recently renovated, like this area, which I don't get what they really do. But yeah, let's see. I'm just trying to log into my laptop because I have.
Stereotype of the blonde Barbie and really started to set up the positioning of Barbie for the future. Really, really nice campaign.
I had the most fantastic day in the office. You'll never believe what happened. We have that new business I wanted. Have you ever seen him fly?
Have you seen what?
Fly?
No.
My cat can fly.
Okay.
Dog's brain can't think as much as the human's brain because there's no high school for the dog. This is Peter, Triceratops.
Oh, that's me. That's me.
Hardworking and who can manage time well. Also, in addition to finishing the work together, I hope that we can also hang out together, like play mahjong.
Hi, I'm back home. I couldn't film the last lecture because my phone died. And yeah, then by the time I got hold of a charger, it was quite late. So it just made no sense, and then I can't sit recording in class. So I finished my first class for the day, which was advertising and communication strategy. We discussed a lot about what advertising is, how it has changed, what it would be like if there was no advertising, how it's ethical, unethical, all of that discussion, some ice-breaking activities. Then yeah, she explained us the assignments and stuff. Nothing very heavy in today's lecture. With the second lecture was quite heavy. So the last lecture was marketing strategy, which is my capstone subject. You basically, that's a very heavy subject. Heavy in the sense it's heavy on the assignment part. There's no exam for it. That's just like a reflective essay at the end of the course. But the weeks go in like, so basically you're like a company or like a group of you, to make a group of like 5 to 6 people, and you're a company, and then it's basically simulation based. So you're given new prompts or things like, you know, as we're learning new concepts every week, we're given new prompts and new situations which we have to manage and expand our company. There are going to be different departments, so each person's going to handle one department, and every week there are things going to change, and all of the groups in the class, which is like all of the companies in the class, are going to be competing against each other, and you can see everyone's performance in the simulation. And then every week you have to do like a press release, and every week is like a quarter. Yeah, every week is like a quarter, so we have eight what do you say, 8 quarters, so that's 2 weeks. And eight quarters, so that's 2 years, not 2 weeks, 2 years. And yeah, it's quite competitive. Lots of you know, thought that we have to put every week. We need to meet outside of class and really work on the simulation and see how things are working. And we have to give class presentations as well every week, and attendance for that is important for every lecture. So basically it's like whatever you've learned so far at the end, everyone usually takes this subject at the end, like at the last semester, which obviously makes sense because it's like you've learned all of this so far, and now you have to put all of that prior learnings into one lecture, into that one simulation, and make sure that your company performs well. You will be given budget, some restrictions, lots of stuff like proper company. So only thing that he mentioned was that there's not going to be any you know, external what do you say, forces that are going to be affecting your work. So there's none of the pestle is going to be affecting your company. But yeah, it's quite heavy. We're starting to form team making the right team and having the right people in your group is very important for this one. So let's see how that goes. It was quite heavy, like the amount of information he gave us today, but then quite excited. It's going to be very like competitive, very real life like situation for us, so kind of excited for that. That's it about my first week. First week is usually just introductory, setting, you know, expectations for the course, the classes. So yeah, this is my first week of uni at University of Melbourne. I'm gonna miss this place so much. I have so much nostalgia hitting me already. Like, I'm not even out of it, but I know I'm gonna be like, oh my god, this is the last time, this is the last time, this is the last time. That's all I'm doing. Yeah, but real life awaits after that, so let's see how that goes. That's kind of it. I'll try to vlog as I go by the weeks, or maybe I'll do one at the end, but this was a rough idea of the lectures, how the lectures go, what is there, what the assignments are like. I hope it gave a good gist about how the course flows. Obviously every course is different, but this was specific to management marketing that I'm doing. All right, bye.